Greetings, welcome back to Southpaw RC. Thanks very much for joining us. Today we have got a little bit of a rarity. This is, you might picture this as a Z5. It's actually a DE25 from DEERC, and it's actually powered by Holy Stone. It has a Holy Stone software and I think motors and hardware. So slightly different to the Z5 in that this is 2.4 gigahertz, not 5.8 gigahertz. So if you're like me and you don't have a 5G phone, this might be an option for a GPS quad. Right, so here is the little DE25. Now this is a fully adjustable camera from the controller. You've got a spin wheel on the side so you can move it up and down, and it does initialize when you first turn it on, which is cool. Let's open up the arms. We could take the back arms out first and then the front arms. Let's get the blades out of the way. There we go. Okay, there's a nice little click. It doesn't lock in. As far as I know, there's no locking mechanism underneath. It just clicks in. That's fine. That's a blank optical flow sensor. There's no actual optical flow sensor on this one because it's GPS. As you can see there's your little slot for your SD card. I've got that one in. This is now fully charged and ready to go. It says 1080p on the camera there. I haven't looked at the footage. I haven't recorded any footage from it yet, so I'm not entirely sure what the footage is like. It's actually quite a nice balanced quad. It weighs 242 grams apparently. 242 grams, so it just comes in under the 250. If you're going to mount a camera on it though, you do have to realize that any payload you add to the drone does count towards the weight. So it has to be 250 grams flying weight. So if you add a 75 gram camera, this now needs to be registered. Just be aware of that. Let's have a look at the battery. You have two push pins either side there just to squeeze in and then lift the battery out. It is a 1500 milliamp hour battery, 7.4 volt, and it takes 150 minutes to charge. Inside you can see there is just a connection slot there and absolutely nothing else. So that just clicks straight in, nice and firm. That's not going anywhere. Excellent. Now then, let's have a look at the controller transmitter. Now this is quite a sort of DJI-esque style transmitter. You've got your boom in the middle there. It extends out quite far, I suppose. That's quite a large way. You get quite a good phone in there. Has absolutely no problem getting my Huawei in there. It's not a massive phone. You've got little lights down here for headless for return to home. So if you've initiated return to home, you get a little light. Tells you the speed ratings, whether the camera's operating, and it's got headless mode there just in case you press that by accident, because you really wouldn't want to push it on purpose. Return to home, that's your headless mode. You've got video and camera settings on the top there. There's your gimbal wheel up and down, and this one is your speed rates up and down. Excellent. Now it's got nice little arms that come out on the bottom there, which gives you a little bit more control of the aircraft, of the controller, makes so it doesn't feel too top heavy. When you've got the phone in there, it will actually feel pretty top heavy if you haven't got some nice little grips here that hold where your fingers are. Don't fly like that. For God's sake, don't fly like that. Let's have a look at the gimbals. These are not removable, so you can't take these off, unfortunately. That would be handy if they sort of slotted into the controller as separate. But yeah, the movement feels pretty good. Nicely sprung, not too loose. Good, feels good. Now the antennas, there's a little clip on there. Antennas, they feel very well made. I very much doubt there's anything actually in there as far as cables go, but you never know. I can't see any cables, but then it could be. Looks pretty fake. I don't know why they bother doing that. I really don't. It is rather annoying to have things on there that just don't need to be there. It is USB chargeable, however. There's I think it's a 500 milliamp hour battery inside here that you can charge up, so you don't have to worry about putting Duracells or rechargeable batteries in it. That's very good. Do get a bog standard USB charging line, which in the instructions it does suggest that you use this cable to charge both the battery and the controller. I'm not entirely sure what's so special about this USB lead, but we'll do as we're told. The transmitter takes 60 minutes to charge from a dead flat, and it gives you 10 hours of use, so that's quite good. It's not exactly a short time run. You can get several flights out of that, given that the flight time of the drone is allegedly 18 minutes per battery. So what we'll do, we will turn it on and we will bind it up and see if we can attach to the app. Right, so we've turned the drone on and we have hooked up to the Wi-Fi, and we are hitting the Holy Stone app, and there it comes up. So you've got options for all your Holy Stone quads there. So quick start will take you into all the functions of the app and the drone, telling you how to fly, telling you how to do the compass calibration, which we'll do when we get out to the field, which is very, very useful indeed. Controls, learn to fly, videos, sport, etc, etc. So we're on the DE25 and we hit controls, and there's our video feed. Okay, nice long Chinese settings at the bottom there. So we've got controls on and off. So you've got your follow me, track, active track, etc. Return to home, automatic takeoff and landing. Oh, sorry, on the other side you've got gesture mode. You should be able to take photographs using your fingers, etc. And then you've got the standard camera and video and audio buttons at the bottom. Then you've got active waypoints tracking, your library of your photographs and videos. You've got your flight footage, your flight record. It gives you the distance and the speed at altitude, etc. that you've been flying at. The option to split the screen for VR if you're using goggles, and flip it upside down if your phone doesn't quite fit in the holder. Then you've got the number of satellites and further settings. Beginner mode, so it's on flight distance of 30 meters, altitude of 30 meters, return to home altitude 25 meters. So we will be turning that off. Yes. Flight distance, we will go to 250 meters. Flight altitude, we will go to 80 meters. And return altitude, we want that at 50 meters. Save. Brilliant. And at the bottom of the screen here, we've got the battery life of the quad, of the drone, and of the transmitter as well. We're both fully charged, which is excellent. Now, latency, there is a little bit of lag. You wouldn't want to fly FPV with it necessarily, but the camera image, isn't terrible. I'm actually kind of surprised how accurate how good the screen is. We are now waiting for GPS signals. We won't get any inside the house, I very much doubt anyway. But there's a quick overview of the app. Seems to be working quite well. So there's a quick look at the app. That works quite well actually. That seems to be quite good. Powered by Holy Stone, so let's hope that the electronics is as good as all the other Holy Stone drones we've got. That would be very impressive indeed. One thing I did forget to mention on the transmitter here, the photograph button, if you hold that down for 3 seconds, that will give you non-GPS mode. That will take it out of GPS, and I believe this is the quick landing. If you press and hold it, gives you emergency stop. That will cut your motors completely, and it will drop from the sky like a stone. Don't do that. Really don't do that. So all in all, not a bad controller. It feels okay. I'm not a fan of the DJI style controllers at all. I prefer a more traditional style transmitter, but it'll I'm sure it'll do the job. We'll take this out very shortly. It's a bit windy outside, but we will perhaps go out and see if we can do some low-level flying just to make sure that the quad actually flies. The manual tells us that the Wi-Fi range is about 150 meters, and that the distance of the drone is 600 meters control range. It does have dual GPS, so it's got GPS and GLONASS as well, which is quite good. Well, all that remains is for me to take it outside and give us some flight tests. So we will hopefully do that this afternoon, if not tomorrow, and I'll get back to you. So thank you very much for joining us on Southpaw RC. I'll see you next time.